That Rolex on Warren Buffett's wrist, fake. One of the richest men on the planet wears a $300 Seiko watch. Meanwhile, the executive in the next room, earning 1,000th of Buffett's fortune, flaunts a $50,000 Patek Philippe he can barely afford. This is just one of the many contradictions in the world of men's elegance that separate the truly rich from those who merely wish to appear wealthy. You have probably fallen into the trap of believing that billionaires do not care about what they wear. After all, the media constantly shows tech CEOs in basic t-shirts and hoodies, as if that were the official uniform of the financial elite. But this is one of the greatest illusions ever spread about style and wealth. The true financial titans, those who have nothing to prove to anyone, dress impeccably. I'm not talking about ostentation. I'm talking about elegance, about quality, about exclusivity that does not need to scream its own name. Have you ever noticed how Bernard Arnault, the man behind the LVMH empire and one of the wealthiest individuals in the world, dresses? Always in impeccably tailored suits, with fabrics that drape perfectly. No exaggerations, no large logos, just silent perfection. This is the code that most men never manage to decipher. And that is why they keep looking like aspirants. Never. True connoisseurs. Perhaps you have heard of quiet luxury, the silent luxury that has dominated style conversations in recent years. But what nobody told you is that this concept is not a trend. It is a centuries-old tradition among the truly wealthy. The way trends move in the fashion world is fascinating. What begins on exclusive Milan runways or in private Parisian collections eventually trickles down, transforms, and reaches the masses in an almost unrecognizable form. It is like a cascade of influence where each level reinterprets and simplifies what came before. Men of true fortune understand something others do not. Power does not need to announce its arrival. True authority whispers, it does not shout. When you enter exclusive clubs in Manhattan, Michelin-starred restaurants in Paris, or boardroom meetings of the world's largest companies, you do not see t-shirts. You see noble fabrics, precise tailoring, and a meticulous attention to detail that only those who understand true elegance can recognize. It is like that famous observation by Oscar Wilde, only shallow people do not judge by appearances. The question is, why do we believe the opposite? Why do we buy into the idea of the sloppy billionaire? The answer is simple, because a few, very visible men, mainly from Silicon Valley, created this mythology, and it is convenient. It makes these titans seem more approachable, more like us. It is a branding strategy. Mark Zuckerberg and his eternal grey t-shirts are not the rule. They are the exception that proves the rule. And even so, do you really think those hoodies are common $20 pieces? Or are they made from the finest materials, tailored to fit his body perfectly? The same goes for the apparently casual style of Bill Gates. Those sweaters and shirts that look simple are, in fact, extremely high-quality, custom-made garments. It is the kind of clothing that does not draw attention because of its brands or logos, but because of the way it fits the body perfectly. Notice how Jeff Bezos completely transformed his wardrobe when he went from simply being a billionaire to becoming a global public figure. The well-tailored suits, the high-quality leather jackets, the uniquely designed glasses. None of that is accidental. This is the inconvenient truth. True power does not need to announce itself with large logos or flashy pieces. True power is expressed through impeccable quality, perfect fit, and attention to detail that only connoisseurs can perceive. Think of men like David Beckham. Even when he is dressed casually, every piece has been precisely selected. Every combination has been thoughtfully considered. What appears to be effortless is, in fact, the result of a deep understanding of style and quality. And this brings us to a crucial question. How can you adopt this mindset without having a billionaire's bank account? The answer begins with understanding That elegance is not about quantity, but about quality. It is better to own 5 exceptional pieces than 50 mediocre ones. The difference between a truly elegant man and one who is merely trying to appear elegant lies in the attention to detail. It is in the small finishes that no one else would notice. It is in the quality of the fabric, the perfect fit, the way a garment ages, not by deteriorating, but by acquiring character. When you enter a room wearing high-quality clothing, something changes. It is not just how others see you, it is how you see yourself. Your posture improves, your confidence increases, your voice gains authority. And people respond to that, even if they are not consciously aware of it. Well-dressed men are perceived as more competent, more trustworthy, and more capable of leadership. It is not superficiality, it is basic human psychology. So, what are the pieces that truly wealthy men invest in? First, the suit. Not just any suit, but a suit that looks as if it was sculpted for your body. The finest suits in the world do not have visible logos. Savile Row in London, Italian master tailors, discreet artisans who only work by referral. This is the world where the truly wealthy move. A good suit is not made to last one season or even a few years. It is made to last decades. It is an investment that appreciates over time, not an expense that depreciates. Second, the shoes. Truly elegant men invest in handcrafted footwear of exceptional quality. John Lobb, Edward Green, Berluti, brands that the average man may have never heard of, but that are standard among those who understand true quality. A pair of shoes of this caliber costs thousands of dollars, but can be rebuilt multiple times and last for decades. It is the opposite of disposable consumption. Third, the accessories. We are not speaking of large logos or flashy pieces, but of impeccable quality. A refined watch that does not scream, "Look at me," but that any connoisseur would instantly recognize as a masterpiece. A leather wallet that improves with time. A pen that is a pleasure to use. Notice how truly wealthy men rarely wear items with visible logos. The LVE initials or the double G of Gucci are not what you will find in the wardrobe of a discreet billionaire. This is not merely a matter of taste, it is a statement. When you have nothing to prove to anyone, you choose quality over ostentation every time. Think of the most exclusive clubs in the world. You do not walk into the Augusta National Golf Club, where the masters of the universe play golf, wearing a t-shirt, no matter how many billions you have. There are codes, traditions, expectations, and when you enter rooms where billion-dollar decisions are made, you do not see hoodies. You see sobriety, elegance, tradition. Why? Because clothing is communication. It is language. And powerful men speak that language fluently. Perhaps you have already noticed how your own experience changes depending on how you are dressed. Enter a fine restaurant wearing jeans and sneakers, and then enter wearing a well-tailored suit. The treatment will be radically different. This is not superficiality, it is reality. And the men who truly understand how the world works use this to their advantage. What you probably do not realize is that most of the styles we see out there are designed for the masses. They are diluted, simplified, democratized versions of what the truly rich and powerful wear. When a trend reaches the windows of department stores, truly elegant men have already moved in a different direction. Not because they are snobs, but because their understanding of style transcends the fast cycle of trends. True luxury, true elegance is not about wearing what is fashionable. It is about wearing what is timeless, what is of undeniable quality, what communicates exactly who you are and what you represent. And now, let us move to the practical side. How can you incorporate these principles, even without a billionaire bank account? Start with the foundation. Invest in the best navy blue suit you can afford. Do not buy 5 mediocre suits. buy one exceptional suit. Make sure the fit is perfect. A $500 suit tailored by a good tailor will look better than a $5,000 suit that fits poorly. Then focus on shoes. One pair of high-quality black Oxford shoes will be more versatile and impressive than 5 pairs of inferior footwear. Learn how to care for them, polish them, use shoe horns, and allow them to rest between wears. For everyday wear, seek out quality pieces in classic cuts. A well-tailored white Oxford shirt, a good cashmere sweater in a neutral tone, Egyptian cotton chinos, pieces that work together, that last, that do not try to draw attention but radiate. Quality. Remember, it is not about brands, it is about quality. It is about understanding that the detail no one else notices is exactly what separates the truly elegant from the merely well-dressed. A successful man understands that his presentation is a direct reflection of his attention to detail in all areas of his life. If you are meticulous with your appearance, people will unconsciously assume that you are equally careful with your business, your relationships, and your responsibilities. You do not need an extensive wardrobe. In fact, the most elegant men I know have surprisingly lean wardrobes. Every piece serves a purpose. Every piece is of impeccable quality. Nothing is superfluous. And here is the true secret. Once you begin to train your eye to recognize quality in the stitching, the fabric, the fit, you will never go back. You develop a standard that extends beyond clothing to every aspect of your life. You begin to demand excellence in everything. In the restaurants you visit, the hotels where you stay, the people you surround yourself with. Not out of snobbery, but out of self-respect, because you understand that life is too short for mediocrity. Truly wealthy men understand this instinctively. They do not waste time, they do not waste energy, and they certainly do not waste their image on choices that do not reflect who they truly are. So the next time you see a headline about a tech billionaire wearing a t-shirt and jeans, remember this: you are seeing a carefully crafted exception, not the rule. You are witnessing an image strategy, not a universal truth. True elegance, the kind that opens doors, commands respect, and communicates authority, is timeless. It is not affected by fleeting trends or clickbait headlines. It is that feeling when you walk into a room and know, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are dressed exactly as you should be. Not more, not less. It is the confidence that comes not from flaunting, but from knowing. And while most people continue to chase logos and trends, truly sophisticated men will continue to wear pieces of impeccable quality, precise tailoring, and timeless style. Not because they are trying to impress, but because they could never settle for less. If you want to elevate your game and truly understand the code of masculine elegance, the one that goes far beyond brands and trends, subscribe to the channel right now and activate the notification bell. Every week, we reveal the secrets that transform ordinary men into extraordinary men. Leave a like to support our community of men who have chosen elegance as their weapon and refinement as their strategy. What you have learned today goes far beyond clothing. It is about a mindset, a life approach that separates the winners from the mere participants. It is about understanding that every detail matters, from the seams of your suit to the words you choose, from the watch on your wrist to the way you walk into a room. Elegance is power and money. Comment "quiet power" if you agree and want more content like this. Subscribe to the channel and transform your image, your confidence, and, consequently, your life.